Hello, I'm Carla, your Millionaire Mistress, and welcome back to my channel. So, in order to make a lot of money, you need to be receptive to making a lot of money. So, part of that is about your mindset. It's fine saying you want to be wealthy, but are you really taking action to be wealthy? And do you really feel like you're ready to have a lot of money and manage it? Because it's a lot of paperwork, sadly. But aside from that, in my mission to help you make money and get free money, you need to be entitled to free money. I spotted yesterday on Money Week that apparently there's a class action lawsuit against Mastercard, who back in the day, I think it was 2008, around that time, they were overcharging retailers an illegal amount of money, apparently, according to the press. And with this overcharge, that effectively meant that anything you bought in a store that accepted Mastercard as a payment method, you'll be entitled to compensation. So if the total number of people who are eligible to claim, if they all claim, you'll get about £70 free. And you don't even have to have ever owned a Mastercard or used a Mastercard. You just have to have been 16 at the time, a resident of the UK. I'll take you through what the article actually says and put the links in the comments below. I've signed up. I've checked it. It looks legit. It's not a scam of some form. I've signed up, obviously signed up siblings. So what we're going to do is quickly take a look at the 2 pages. One is the Money Week article and the other is the actual Mastercard Class Action lawsuit claim. On the claim page, at this point, you're just putting in your name, email address, details, because as soon as there is news available for you to provide further information, then they will email you and tell you. So I am registered for this. And as far as I'm aware, it's completely legitimate. It's been in all of the newspapers. It's been in The Independent, on Money Week, and on the BBC and lots of other websites. So I just need you to start getting in the mindset of accepting the universe sending you free things. And in order for the universe to extend you free things, you have to A, have your eyes peeled like an onion, ready to receive it. And B, you have to be on the lookout for these opportunities. So a random thing I just remembered. One day I was walking in a little side street opposite Liberties of London. And when me and my friend were walking along, this woman in front of us suddenly randomly bent down and we bumped into her. And we were like, oh, sorry. And she said, oh, no, that's fine. Look. And she had picked up a little glittery thing on the floor. And so we looked at her like, what are you doing, crazy lady? And she said, oh, I always look for diamonds. Before I found diamonds on the floor. So can't get better than that. A woman who literally is scanning the whole time. She might get run over, but she's scanning the whole time to look for diamonds. I think that's awesome. So your job now is to look for opportunities to get free things. Because if you get free things, then either you can spend the money that you haven't spent to go and have fun, or you can spend the money you haven't spent to invest in something that is an income generating asset. Really, really easy stuff. So it starts with basic maths. Spend nothing and get some freebies. That's what you have to do. So let's have a look at the documents. This Money Week article came in a regular email that I received from them. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the screen. I'm looking at the article to read it to you at the moment. It says millions of shoppers could each get up to £70 compensation following a legal case against Mastercard. And crucially, you don't need to own a Mastercard to claim. Last month, a tribunal approved a settlement in a lawsuit against Mastercard regarding historic fees levied on businesses by the card provider. So what that means is Mastercard had overcharged retailers who were obviously then pricing their products for you at a certain rate. Walter Merricks, a former financial ombudsman, argued that customers were charged higher prices after fees were wrongly levied on transactions during a 15-year period between 1992 and 2008, and therefore we should be paid compensation, which I like. Any free money I like. Then it's basically saying Martin James, a consumer expert, said the £200 million settlement against Mastercard makes it the largest settlement of a group claim in the UK. It is estimated that 44 million people in the UK might be in line for a payout of between £40 and £70 as a direct result of this legal action. So I'm going to put this link in the comment section below, so I want you to have a look at that. Just to verify that this is not me, this is actually a mainstream media, which I don't really like, article which is saying you need to sign up for this, you can make some money. So this is the actual Independence website in their money section, and again this is just dated, actually this one's from the 20th of May, the one I saw was just from yesterday. So this is again saying you could get between £45 and £70 free of charge as long as you qualify, and the qualifying factors are really easy, so let's have a look at those. Now the next page is the actual class action lawsuit page, so I need you to have a look at this. And again, I'm going to link it below. It's nothing to do with me. I've just registered because I want some free money, right? If someone gives me £45 or £70, you can overpay your credit card. You can put it off your mortgage because it's money you never had. You could treat yourself to a bottle of perfume or aftershave. You can do what you want because it was free money. That's my view. So let's have a look. So the Mastercard consumer claim, it says people can get between £45 and £70. UK consumers will shortly be able to register to receive a payment by completing a simple online form, regardless of whether they had a Mastercard. And as long as you've made a payment in this time, let's have a look. If you're eligible, it says you are automatically eligible if you lived in the UK for at least a continuous period of 3 months between 1992 and 2008, as long as you lived in the UK continuously for 3 months, which is nothing, you're eligible. You also have to have been over 16 years old, and you also, in that 15-year period, which is a long time, you must have bought some goods and services, which of course you would have bought some goods and services if you're over 16, because you can't survive without buying goods and services, right? Irrespective of what payment method you used. So you could have paid in cash. It wouldn't matter. You're still eligible. The final factor is you must have lived in the UK. You must have been over the age of 16. You must have bought some goods and services, but you must have physically been living in the UK on the 6th of September 2016, which would have been, I believe, when the company Mastercard was deemed to have been overcharging the retailers. That's what I believe. Those are the factors. All you do is, can you see at the top, there's this button, stay up to date. Today, do it now. Don't go back to work. Pretend you're having a fag break or something. You get this free money, right? So click on stay up to date. And then you fill in this simple form. It is your first name, your last name, and your email address. So do it now. Register. They then send you an alert to say you have registered, but you've only registered at this point for an update. So this is what you need to do. That's my tip for the day. I'm going to quickly edit this video and get it live. And most importantly, put in the comments, have you already registered for this? I'm just going to come back to my fabulous self 1 second. Did you even know it was happening? And when you register, can you just say in the comments, I've registered, because it's good for YouTube to know that you guys are engaging with the video. So tell me you've registered. And then also I'll give you an update when we start hearing more and it's time for me to fill in my proper details, which they've said you should get this free money as long as you qualify on those 5 factors by the end of the year. So in the next 6 months, it will be wonderful because you should be able to just open an email and someone's telling you, hooray, part of this £200 million claim has been allocated to you. And depending on the number of people who claim, you can get up to £70 each free of charge. So that's it. Please sign up to them. I'm not asking you to do anything for me. Tell me in the comments as soon as you've registered for an update. And then the exciting bit is when we all get our money, I want you all to put in the comments. Well, I'll post a new video for that. When the money comes through, all update in the comments. I'm starting to keep a tracker of how much money me being live is helping people. So I know the first person I helped, which good news, if you watch previous videos, you'll know that I was helping my nail lady. She's a nail technician who owns her own business. She got her house yesterday. Hooray! And the great bit on that is that we'd negotiated a £2,000 discount for her. So I already know we've saved her £2,000. We've only been live a week. Come on, I'm going to keep a little tracker like a hospital keeps like one of those thermometers of how much money they raised. So when you all get 45 quid, that'll make me very happy. So please register. Let's do this. Another week has gone. I'm so old. The time goes so quickly. I don't understand. But anyway, I'm going to edit this video and get it live. Register. You've been told.